Hi guys! So, I thought that for my first blog entry, I would do a vlog about my first day at the Publick House front desk. A little background for those of you who don't know. So, I currently have worked at the Publick House for over a year now, in the banquets department though, as a server, and within 9 months. So I've been, okay, rewind. So I've been at the Public House for about a year. 3 months into my hiring, I was asked to be a bridal assistant. So I've been a bridal assistant for 9 months. Little bit over, but so when I found out that I had to do an internship, I thought the best thing to do would be stay at my current position because I really can't afford to leave like weekends with the banquets department, and the front desk was always looking for interns and willing to work with my schedule, so it just kind of worked out. So I am now doing my internship at the Public House front desk. So basically what the front desk does is they check people in and out, answering phone calls for questions like from literally every department, restaurants, banquets, like laundry, hotel, all aspects, the sales department, transferring calls, so all that. And then also I am being like taught like the end of the month stuff, and then eventually, if I'm still there, the end of the year things. So it's a lot, and first day is done and over with, only 4 hours, but glad it was only 4 hours. It was a lot to take in. I do have a little bit of advantage because I already have worked there for well over a year. I know all 6 buildings, I know their names, I know room numbers and where they're located, just because of brides and guests and stuff like that, and just general knowledge of the Public House. I know basically, almost all restaurant questions. I know obviously all banquet and wedding questions. I know almost all of managerial staff and, different department staff. So if anyone's looking for specific questions on certain things, I kind of know where to transfer them. If they're kind of unsure, like for instance in the sales department, they do all sales for banquets, but specific people are required and have different job sets and talk about different events. So anyway, so I kind of have that little knowledge, which I think is an awesome thing to have going into this, but also can be kind of crippling because I thought I knew a lot more going into this than I actually do. And I found that out today. For instance, like little things like what is actually in the hotel rooms. Like I just assumed like every other hotel that we had mini fridges, possible microwaves, and at least coffee pots in each room. But I got to find out today from an angry customer that is not the case. So a little story on that, on Nicole's first day. The phone was ringing, and I had been there for about 2 hours or so, and again, I thought I knew most answers to the questions, so I decided that I would pick it up, and if it was a reservation, I would just ask them to hold, but if it was any question, hopefully I could answer it. So of course I answered, because I saw it was from one of our rooms, and mind you, this room is in a building that is across the property. So I answered the phone, and it was an angry customer who was told from a restaurant staff while eating in our restaurant that there was coffee pots in all the rooms and that they would be able to take the dessert to go and enjoy a cup of coffee in their room. Well, when they got back to their room, they realized there was no coffee pot. So they assumed that it was just their room that didn't have a coffee pot. So when they called, they questioned about this. And again, I didn't know that the rooms did not contain coffee pots. So I told them that someone would be on their way with, coffee pot for them. And when I hung up, the person that was training me informed me that they would either have to come to the restaurant and or the front desk and get coffee, or we do have one of our buildings in the lobby has a big coffee machine. So I called back, apologized for the mistake, informed them that it was my first day at the front desk, and that the options, and that if they wanted to go to the building with the coffee machine in their lobby, here are the directions. She seemed fine, and I hung up. About 15 minutes later, a woman came through the front desk while, of course, we had another customer standing there, and very loud and very angrily informed me that she had been walking around in the dark for 15 minutes, had a shoulder injury, and was very, very, very upset with my directions and how I handled certain things. She informed that she wanted 2 free cups of coffee right now and wanted them hand delivered to her room. When we asked her, if she minded waiting a couple seconds, we would gladly get her the coffee. She said no, she's going back to her room. She wanted it hand delivered. First day. Come on. Seriously? I mean, I guess it's a blessing that I got it out of the way. Have I been yelled at by customers? Oh, completely. I work in weddings. I deal with drunk people all the time telling me and yelling at me. It doesn't bother, it bothers me, but I try not to take it, so heavily. But of course, on my first day, I'm trying to make a good impression, and this happens. So I was a little torn down by it, but I was informed by the 2 people that were also working at the front desk and by the customer that she took that way out of proportion, and that was unnecessary, and that I was okay, and that's going to happen a lot. So, moral of the story is I'm going to try not to lose any sleep over it. But, yeah, it was definitely interesting, and definitely not what I expected driving into this afternoon. But anyway, so back to actual front desk, computer matters. My first impression driving into work was that it was going to be, I'm not going to say easy, because I didn't think it was going to be easy, because I have worked computer systems before, I have worked front desks, and it did take me a while to get it. But I wasn't really familiar with the hotel systems, and I kind of just had this impression that it was going to be almost like a list of available rooms, the type of room that they are, and then you click them, and then you check these people in and out by putting their information on their credit card and giving them their key, and then off they go. But unfortunately, it is not that easy, as much as I wish it was. The computer system to me seems ancient, and there's all these buttons and a lot of gotta press F1, F2, all these scenarios in computer systems, and I'm pretty computer savvy, but this had me confused. And then also, so customers have the availability to book their stay through Expedia and Booking.com. And well, when a customer comes in who has done that, there's a whole different procedure, which is fun. So, got to see those. I did get to check some people in on my own, which was cool. Made a lot of key cards, so I know how to do that. Like I said, I checked people in, so I know basic check-in, like if they book through us, I can do that. Let's see, we have Thanksgiving around the corner, which is absolutely insane and huge for the Publick House. So, almost got to see one of those reservations, but got to see the binder, which is probably this thick, for one day. Let's see, what else did I do? I forgot a notebook in my car, so I have a little piece of paper that has a ton of writing all over it. I got to see so it's obviously the end of the month, and so I got to see their end of the month count for pets, refrigerators, cribs, and miscellaneous. So what that means is if guests had pets, needed a pet-friendly room. They keep track of that for each month. They keep track of whether or not guests need mini fridges. So if they do, it needs to be requested, and there is a charge for that. Along with the pet-friendly room, there's a charge for that. For the deep cleaning. There's a charge for if individuals need cribs. And then a charge for miscellaneous, so like if brides need champagne or flutes or something like that. So I got to see how they do that, a little, snippet of that, which was pretty cool. And I've been told that they're gonna try to get me to, see like end of the year things, because I'm pretty sure I'll be there at the end of December. If I don't get my 120 hours in, which is now 116, So yeah, I'm gonna learn a lot. I'm a little overwhelmed. I do have to work tomorrow, so we'll see how that goes. Hoping for the best. On the ride home, I barely could understand my music or follow along because I was just trying to wrap around everything that happened today. Can't even talk, which is weird for me because music is my stress reliever. So that was interesting for sure. I know I'll get through this because so many other interns have worked there, and I just wish that I knew the system now, and it's frustrating to me that I don't, and that I don't get it right away, but I know I will, and I just have to keep telling myself that. And hopefully, I'm gonna do several of these vlogs because I like them. I think they're cool. I get to vent in a different way than writing, because can you imagine me typing all this out? There'd be a lot of ums, dots, and yeah. So I'm gonna do more of these, and hopefully I'll have better stories. I'm sure I'll have some crazy customer stories. Again, I'm sure I'll get yelled at by customers. I'll try not to. It's not really my goal, but hey, you never know. But other than that, just kind of can't wait for the 120 hours to get out. It's definitely reassuring my not want for the hotel, which is okay. It's not a bad thing, because who knows, I could have gotten into it, and hey, I might do a vlog that's like, just kidding, I want to do hotels. I love it. But for right now, just from day one, 4 hours, gonna go with sticking to weddings. Lets me be more creative, but we'll see how this journey goes. All right, see you at the next vlog.